That's bad. Hopefully someone was unmuted, no?
No, but let's start recording it again. Maybe we get something.
Yes, maybe.
I would suggest doing rolling this
Again?
voiceover.
Ah, okay.
Maybe a voiceover afterwards.
Okay.
But at least we get the whole record.
Yeah. So the last part on 5gas contribution was the product support. So after this pipeline, or let's say this circle finalizes, and the network application underwent a successful testing, then the exposure towards this 5gas aggregated marketplace comes forward. So the product entity of TMF, which follows the 620 TMF product catalog API specification, came forward so as to expose the certified network application towards a, let's say, aggregated marketplace that will signify that specific applications are certified, can undergo certification and be on the respective, let's say, category under certification, for example. And also, we had the specific category that aggregated all the projects under the umbrella of a common ICT41 marketplace. So coming forward to the Openslice adoption by ETSI, all these contributions actually helped a lot. So this will happen, and we come forward to 25th of July of 2023, when ETSI announced the first software development group of within their scope, SDG in short. So the first SDG was OSL, which is the sort of Openslice, and it has its own web page right now, which is under the umbrella of ETSI, and someone could navigate there and actually map to the all the available resources of Openslice, namely the GitLab, the social media, or for example, the minutes of the meetings that are held bi-weekly as tech meetings. So coming forward to 20th of October of 2023, this is where the initial or the official kickoff of this SDG took place. And it was in Barcelona, and it was hosted by CTTC in CTTC premises. And this is where the election of the governance bodies of OSL actually took place. The governance bodies in actually we are referring is the leadership group and the technical steering committee. And as you can see in the next slides, 5gas has a clear presence at these governance bodies. Coming forward to actually some days ago, to 29th of February, Openslice had their second meeting. There was the second plenary, actually. It was held online, and also incorporated a tech day that had some examples of how to install Openslice and use it in actual deployments. And what we have also planned for this year, and it comes in reality, it will come in reality in the 6th of June at the EUCNC venue, most probably. This is where the OSL3 meeting, plenary meeting, is planned. And hopefully it will take place there along with the other ETSI software. So as we've said, we have also a quite clear presence on the OSL founding members as well, because ETSI undergoes a specific strict protocol of how to introduce a new SDG in life. So it has to have a specific number of ETSI members and participants. So the ETSI members that was involved in the initial, let's say, foundation of Openslice was Telefónica, Spain, University of Murcia, Instituto de Telecomunicações in Portugal, Centre Tecnològic de Telecomunicações de Catalunya, CTTC, in short, and University of Patras in Greece. As you can see, 2 out of 5 ETSI members, founding ETSI members, comes from 5gas. And also we had presence in the participants with Odin Solutions of Spain, along with K3 White of Bulgaria and Ubitech from Greece. Also, 5GAS presence can be seen in the OSL governance bodies. As you can see, the leadership group comprises only of 5GAS members. So we have the chair of OSL, which is Christos Tranoris. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it today. Here, the vice chair is Diog Gomes, that actually introduced, let's say, 5GASP in the previous presentation. And the second vice chair is Antonios Carmeta from University of Murcia, but also has an affiliation with Odins. So the technical steering committee, the second governance group, has me, Kostis Rantzas as chair, and Rafael Direito from IT Aveiro as a second member, and third member comes from Ubitech, which is Georgios Katsikas. So as we can see, 5 out of 6 governance body members comes from 5GASP as well. So in short, I wouldn't like to take up time of what Openslice is, but actually I think with this OSL scope as it is presented at our meetings or in our overview, let's say, of Openslice, I think you may see some 5GASP aspects as well. So what Openslice aims to be is an open source service-based OSS this is a prototype actually that wants to deliver network slice as a service, and namely network as a service, as it tends to be called nowadays, leveraging contributions from quite widely used industry standards like TMF, ETSI, and 3GPP and GSMA. Openslice was originally developed in the context of the EU-funded project 5G Vini, which is now completed and has been adopted by several projects, and of course received contributions from several other research projects. We have seen the contributions specifically for that Openslice received from 5GASP. What I would like to see is that Openslice will complement other future projects within ETSI. And nowadays it complements OSM and Teraflow SDN, also from ETSI. And this complementary, let's say, integration or this complementary deployments along with other ETSI software would lead to faster prototyping and faster adoption towards the telco standards. So closing this presentation, this is where the OSL actually points its vision. So I'm not quite sure if you are all familiar with this. This is the Open Gateway Network as a Service initiative. Presented at the past, I think, Mobile World Congress in Barcelona at the previous actually Congress. So what this initiative tries to achieve is combine again contributions from major SDOs, namely Camara, TM Forum, and the, let's say, cloud native APIs, so as to enable the software developers, or let's say the verticals, to seamlessly integrate with the 5G resources, because it has been seen that telco world is quite strict. It follows specific standards that are not familiar with the real application developers. So this is an initiative to try to bridge this gap. This initiative comprises of, let's say, if we want to sum up, two, let's say, API families. The service APIs, which are the northbound, let's say, APIs that actually enable the network applications or the application developers to make use of the 5G resources. So this API is native to them, and it enables some specific interactions of their deployed applications with the 5G network in the language that they are familiar with, namely Camara. And behind the scenes, Operate APIs are being used, specifically from TM Forum. So these requests or these Camara functionalities can be fulfilled by the actual resources. So where Openslice stands today, or at least tries to stand, is in this middle layer, at the communication service provider layer that facilitates the deployment or the realization of the network application request through the TM Forum APIs. Some of them we have seen in the previous slides. So what also it supports today is the native communication with the cloud resources, namely OSM and also Kubernetes at its new release. So Openslice incorporates an ETSI Sol 5 client to natively communicate with OSM and also a Kubernetes API client to communicate with Kubernetes, so as the cloud resources are being completely captured. And also, what is a work in progress currently is a native integration of yet another ETSI software, TFS, Teraflow SDN, so as to capture also the provision of transport access, transport domain. And Openslice would like to come to also is on the radio access domain. This is the yellow box that we have here. And would like to see Openslice as an SMO, because actually SMO is an orchestrator that uses different NBIs rather than TMF. So this is actually a work that is being designed right now, not even a work in progress, but is designed so as to be materialized in the future. So that would be regarding this presentation, regarding the contributions of FiveGasp towards open source community and specifically Openslice, and I would be happy to accept any questions.